Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 6.
We begin tonight with a good news, bad news situation. Driving conditions are improving. I-29 and several highways have reopened across the valley. Authorities are still warning you to drive with caution.
The bad news is right now temperatures and wind chills are continuing to fall and remain dangerously cold. Valley News Team's Joshua Peguero joins us live out in the elements. Joshua?
As y'all mentioned, the wind has died down and it is frigid cold. And I'm standing on Hornbachers in North Fargo, right off of Broadway. And I've been trying to grab people in order to talk to them, to ask them, like how cold it is, and just running their cars. In this parking lot, you can see a lot of cars on auto start, or people just, leaving it running, but they're directly going in and out, and that's what city officials and health experts recommend when you're out in this cold. Law enforcement is telling people not to go out. That's how cold it is. I mean, it's so cold. I was doing a live shot. I call it a cold burn. So again, if you're going to be out in this cold, it's -14 with a -44 wind chill. Just be mindful to dress appropriately for the elements. Mike and Andrew, I'm going to send it right back to you in the studio. Reporting live in North Fargo, Joshua Peguero, Valley News Live.
All right, stay warm. Thank you very much.
Staying inside is a good idea tonight, just like Hutch said they would. Temps have dropped dramatically, and we all need to get through the evening safe and sound. Let's find out what conditions are like right now. Hutch is here with your No Wait weather planner. Hutch?
Yeah, things quieting down wind-wise for the most part. We still have a few areas with some gusty winds, but those temperatures are on their way down. Peak winds gusting today to 61 miles per hour just outside Grand Forks, 53 miles per hour here in the FM area. And wind chill warning for our entire area, with wind chills expected to be 40 to 60 degrees below zero. Right now, actual air temperatures are kissing 20 below zero. Crookston, you're at 18 below at this hour. Here's a look at wind chills earlier today, hitting 54 below up near the Cavalier area. Right now, we're 44 below on exposed skin in Fergus Falls. And exposed skin, by the way, can freeze in 5 to 10 minutes max with wind chills this low. Here's a look at the latest winds. Notice up to the north, less gusty, but still sustained at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Our wind chills will be brutal overnight, again diving down into that 50 to 60 below category at places and at times with air temperatures 20 to 30 below. It looks brutal to start your Thursday. We'll talk about how warm we get, and we'll take a look ahead. It does look like we have more cold air in the future. I'll detail all of that fun news here in just a few moments.
All right, thanks, Hutch. Make sure you have the Valley News Live Storm Team weather app so that you can keep up with the weather anytime, anywhere. You'll get the latest forecasts and conditions so that you can plan your day. Just search VNL Weather in the App Store and download it for free.
As we mentioned earlier, most of the roads that were closed have reopened. That includes Interstate 29 and 19th Avenue North in Fargo. Earlier conditions, however, were brutal, leaving some people stranded, others in the ditch. In Kittson County, no one was injured, but that semi flipped in the ditch along Highway 75. There was another on I-94, 15 miles outside of Moorhead.
Crashes and other calls for service. Fortunately, no real injuries, so that's, I guess, some of the good news out of this. I mean, if we can keep people informed, you hope that it's going to keep them safer. And that's always our goal, is through traffic safety.
The latest road condition report says that there are some scattered snow drifts and ice from the North Dakota-Minnesota border about 60 miles to the west.
The weather was probably at its worst early this morning. Add darkness to the mix, and visibility was zero at times because of strong winds and snow. The Valley Today's Abby Furchner braved the elements to give you an idea of the dangerous conditions.
Oh my gosh, you guys, my heart is racing so much right now. This wind is taking my breath away. I can't even face you because it is so strong. I'm surprised we even got out of the car. I wish you could just feel how powerful this wind is right now. I'm sure you can hear it, but this is no laughing matter. I don't think I've ever been scared to really cover a blizzard, and I'm scared right now. That is how bad these conditions are.
We are happy to say she and our photographer made it back safe and sound.
Police in Perham, Minnesota are warning of a homeless level 3 sex offender who's just moved to town.
35-year-old Chad Allen McKiska moved from Wadena last week and is staying in the vicinity of Pinewood Lane and Pine Lane Drive. Valley News Team's crime and safety reporter Bailey Hurley dug into his criminal history. She joins us in studio with those details. Bailey?
Mike, Andrea, court documents show Chad back in 2003 when he was convicted of third-degree criminal sex conduct out of Scott County, Minnesota. I obtained the original report today from the New Prague Police Department, taken after a 13-year-old reported being raped by McKiska in July 2003. The victim said McKiska grabbed her by the arm, pulled her in a tent, and asked her to have sex. She told officers that even when she told McKiska kicked him several times, that didn't stop him. McKiska was sent to prison and ordered to register as a level 3 sex offender in the state of Minnesota. Level 3 meaning he has a high risk of reoffending. He then went on to violate his probation terms twice, the first happening in 2011 after court documents say McKiska moved to Kentucky without letting police or the Bureau of Criminal Apprehension know. And a similar incident came in 2014 when documents say McKiska lied about a second address and was hanging around a 4-year-old child without reporting it to officials. Perham police say McKiska moved to town from Wadena and say he is staying with someone right now, but because of his homeless status, he will have to check in with Perham officials weekly. Andrea?
All right, thank you, Bailey. McKiska is currently one of 3 high-risk sex offenders in Otter Tail County. Police say there will be a community meeting next Tuesday at 5:30 in the evening in the old high school auditorium to answer neighbors' questions and provide public safety tips.
One man is dead from a gunshot wound in Mahnomen. It happened yesterday afternoon. Authorities are not explaining the circumstances, but did tell us they believe this is an isolated incident and there is no threat to the public. The man was life-flighted to Fargo, where he later died from his injuries. His name has not been released.
One man is now in jail after allegedly punching a woman in the face, strangling her, and threatening her with a knife. Officials say it happened this morning around 3. The victim says she and 23-year-old Corwin Deacon were in an argument that got out of hand. When police arrived, they noticed the victim had bruising on her face and strangulation marks on her neck. Deacon is in jail on domestic violence charges.
West Fargo police are asking for your help locating this person of interest in an ongoing investigation. If you have any information about him, call the tip line at 701-433-5333. In Bemidji, police are asking for help locating a missing 13-year-old girl. Osmond Hunt Fairbanks was last seen last night around 11:20 in Bemidji. He's 5 feet 4 inches tall, 120 pounds, with brown eyes and long brown hair. If you have any information about his whereabouts, call police.
People in West Fargo are frustrated, saying they haven't gotten their mail for days. One woman from the Beverly Flats area says a dog jumped into the mail carrier's truck and nipped at them. The West Fargo post office says their mail carriers have been nipped at twice in that neighborhood. The post office says both carriers are okay, but they believe it's not safe to send them there.
Later on Valley News Live at 6, a special honor as a member of the North Dakota Guard continues to climb the chain of command.
Dangerous wind chills are setting up across the valley. As we've gone through the day, they've been no fun, and they will continue to be no fun overnight. All details about a little warmer air heading our way, and we'll talk about more Arctic air as well next.